A little Suzuki DRZ 400. Yeah, quick little dirt bike, huh? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. The brake reservoir is mounted using the Driven universal brake reservoir bracket that I got from Amazon, and then some clear hosing that I ordered from Motivation USA so I could stretch it out over there. And if you can see the bracket right off the triple, because there was a spot there, just had to bend it a 90 and bolt it up, and it clears everything. Look at that, everything, nothing touches. Throttle is the way it should be, and the bars feel amazing. So we're gonna go for a ride and see what the bike thinks about it. We're going for a ride. Oh yeah, brakes are good. And we off. So officially I only need one more thing to finish off these bar install. Well, two things, sorry. I need my grips, which are still not here yet, and I need bar ends. I didn't put the caps on because I want to get some ends, not just the rubber caps. So those things are not necessarily easy to remove once you put them in. There's nothing like doing a big job, which I wouldn't necessarily consider clip-ons like a huge job. I mean, it's not like pulling the motor or something, but I mean, it's a pretty entailed install. In most cases, they don't just bolt right up like I mentioned in my last video. It takes a little imagination and a little positioning. It is nice when you're all done and you can kind of sit back and just be like, yeah, I did a pretty good job, man. My dad had the day off, so you know what that means. It's time to go for a little ride. I also have an idea for a great video, but I can't tell you what it is because I don't want no one to steal my idea. So if you want to see that, I promise you it'll be amazing. Well, I think it'll be amazing. But the only way you'll know when I upload it is if you subscribe and hit the bell. So why don't you do that real quick right now? It's 100% free, no charge to you, and you'll get to see a really, really cool video sometime in the next month or so. So my dad's currently looking at a Harley Davidson. Yes, a Harley Davidson. We may go up to this dealer on Wednesday so he can bring his bike up there and possibly trade it in and buy this little Harley. It's the 883 or something like that. Nice looking little bike, and he's wanting to do something different, I guess. So well, I hope you guys are enjoying this season. I know my videos aren't super entertaining, but 2020 has been a pretty weird year, so a lot of the bike rides and meets and stuff were all canceled, and had no idea what was coming. Then out of nowhere, boom, COVID. I am going to do a complete walk around video, just talk about everything that I have done to the bike over the past few months that I've owned it, every detail, let you know how I like all the mods that I have done, and if I had to go back and do something different, what would I do? Thought that might be another good video too before the end of the year's up. So as I've been purchasing stuff, I've been keeping track of where I got it, how much it was. I am not going to tally everything up because I don't want to throw up. So I will put all the stuff on the screen and talk about it, however, so that way you know what the mods cost, and if you can find it for less, then great, and also make sure you don't pay too much for something. And here we are the very next day. I thought it was going to be pouring all day today according to the local weather, but it's nice right now. It's partly cloudy, but there's sun shining and the temperature is good. So I'm going to go run over to my dad's, help him clean up the bike a little bit and get it ready to bring to the Harley dealer on Wednesday for a possible trade-in on that Harley he's looking at.
3 days later.
Alright, met up with my dad on his brand new Harley Iron. He got rid of the FZ07. I almost bought it off of him just to keep it, but I really want an MT09 or an MT10 if I was going to get one of those Yamahas. So he got rid of it and he bought himself a brand new Harley. Really cool looking bike. It's a cool color. Kind of reminds me of a military bike. So might take a little ride on it. May switch off and I'm gonna check it out. Alright, here we are. Iron Harley Davidson, brand new. Oh, wow. This thing is something. That's a lot different than my bike. That's different than the FZ. That's different than well, anything that I've ridden. And I've ridden Harleys, but this thing is definitely different than any of the ones I've driven. Holy cow. It's small, it's very light, and I don't know how to explain it. I got nowhere for my knees to really go, so your legs are really out there, and the shifter is huge. The shifter is humongous. Yeah, this thing is something else. Okay, 5th gear. So you got your gate, your gear indicator and RPM digital in the speedo there. He wanted me to try to not go over 3,500 RPM. I think it's only got the 5 gears, so we're pretty much at cruising speed now. It's very rumbly. Very rumbly. I mean, like most Harleys are, but it's weird because it's so small and the bars are tiny. Everything just feels so small. It's really weird, but comfortable. The seat, man, it's got a little ledge on it, and it keeps you from going back too far. So it pretty much puts you right where you need to be. And like I said, it's brand new, so I'm not gonna, you know, rip on it or anything, but feels like it's got, you know, a decent amount of torque to get you up and going. I'm in 5th. Give it a little gas and you feel that rumble, that's for sure. Mirrors are tiny, and I mean, he's probably got them set to where he likes them, but I can't see nothing out of them. Pretty much useless for me. You know, it's one of those bikes, you feel kind of cool riding it because it's got that more old school kind of classic Harley look to it. This paint is beautiful. It's like a metallic. There's a metallic in it, a lot of metallic. When the sun hits it, you can see all the flakes. And yeah, it just cruises along. When you're not on the gas, there's no vibration at all. And then when you get on it, you got this little rumble that comes up through your feet, and it's pretty cool. Downshifting's pretty good. Actually, downshifts better than the FZ07 did. That thing was very jerky on the downshifts, like very. Hit 3,600 by accident. Sorry, Dad. Yeah. I'm not one of those ones that believe you should baby on it when you're beating it in. I mean, baby it when you're breaking it in. I mean, I don't recommend taking a thing to redline, you know, over and over again, but in my opinion, the proper way to break in a bike is to drive it just like you would normally. And for the first, you know, few hundred miles, just try not to do any real, like, cruising, like at a constant speed. Like, you don't want to jump on the highway and just do 65 all the way home. You know, you want to get on it, let off it. Get on it, let off it. That's how you break that motor in. It's really seat those rings. But yeah, she's got some good torque. I mean, it's the kind of bike where you really aren't going to want to go flying anyway. You know, you're not going to want to do 150 on a bike like this. Like, it's just not going to happen. The vibrations is pretty killer. I mean, my father-in-law has a Harley. I showed it in a few videos back where I put saddlebags on it, and it was one of the first rides that I took once I got the ZX-10R home. And that thing's a big Harley. and you know, it's got the big bars and everything, so it feels like a big bike. This just feels like a very small bike. I can't really express that enough, but it's also extremely good on gas, I believe. And yeah, and it handles pretty good too, because it's so freaking light for a Harley Davidson. My dad he won't ever get on it on my bike. I mean, he might go a little fast, but he's not gonna crack it open. He just wouldn't do it. Yeah, this thing is pretty cool. I mean, like I said, I am looking for a more touring style bike. I shouldn't even say touring. I'm looking for a more comfortable everyday riding bike for next year. Harley's, you know, not my thing. I can appreciate them. There's some that I really like, and you know, I've always actually wanted a fat boy, and someday I will probably get one, but that's not what I'm looking for right now. Right now I'm looking for like a naked bike, like a super naked bike, like a Ninja ZH2 or a Yamaha MT10 or MT09, something like that. Man, this thing downshifts beautifully compared to his other bike. I'm comparing it to the FC07 now, which, you know, obviously apples to oranges here, but rear brake feels amazing. Front brake is nice. It's not too grabby, and it's kind of cool having a very minimalistic dash display. There's nothing to really distract you. There's nothing really going on. You got your speed and then your RPM and then your gear indicator. Very nice, very simple. There's nothing wrong with that. And then you got some little LEDs underneath it that show you like gas and check engine and oil and all that good stuff. And man, you're looking for a beginner bike and you're into the Harleys and you don't want to break the bank, this thing would be perfect for you. You know, they're super inexpensive for a brand new Harley compared to other brand new Harleys. And I think honestly this would be an amazing bike to learn on for anybody really. And I could definitely see it as like a second commuter bike. Tons of accessories for them and shit like that. Oh yeah, baby, this thing turns in like crazy. Got that torque pumping, 3,000. I'm breaking this thing in for him because I know he's probably not really paying attention other than trying to keep the RPMs down, but I'm gonna break it in for you, Dad, the right way. This thing it's definitely fun to drive. Like I said, I could see it as a second bike for somebody who just wants something to be able to go out and cruise around on. Or, you know, you got your street bike, but one day you want to go out and ride with your Harley friends and not stand out. This would be perfect. I think these things are like $9 grand. I mean, how can you beat that? A Harley brand new for $9 grand. And like I said, that rumble you get when you get on it is pretty cool. I really hope, I know he won't, but I really hope he puts an exhaust on this, because that would be awesome. I would love to hear this thing with a good exhaust on it, because right now you can't hear anything. I can't even barely hear the motor with my helmet on, honestly. All you can do is feel it. You can feel it start at your feet and then it comes up through the handlebars and it's just, I mean, if you can see the mirrors rumbling, see what I'm talking about. And then you get into a little corner and this thing just handles great. I mean, it's so nimble for this type of motorcycle. But yeah, this thing, once you get going too, and even when you let off of it, it's super smooth. It keeps rolling. You don't get that engine braking. So you can kind of get on it, let off, and just cruise smooth, boom, get back on it, get that rumble, let off, just keep on rolling. Shit, if you were going downhill, you'd have it made. Lots of wind, that's for sure. You know, I was a little chilly on my bike, but this thing, you're getting all the wind. I would almost dare to say that with the windshield, this bike would make a pretty cool cross-country bike for somebody looking to do some traveling on a motorcycle. This would be pretty cool to do it with. You know, you're gonna get great gas mileage. It's super comfortable. Like I said, tons of accessories. You could do the bags and everything on it, and yeah, just jump on this thing and drive to California. I would do it. Sheep, come back. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but like look, watch. I take my hand off the throttle and the thing just keeps rolling. I like it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, brakes Like I said, brakes are like perfect. They're not like overly aggressive or anything. The back brake is nice and smooth. Front brake, you get a little pull before it stops you. Feels really good. You hear that rumble. I don't know if you can hear it or not. I tell you what, if you wanted to do like a cross-country trip or something, this thing would be perfect. Put the windshield on and a bag on the back, go drive to California. Alright, now I gotta get used to driving this thing again. Alright, well, that's probably gonna do it for now, guys. As always, thank you for watching another one of my videos. And until the next one, stay safe.